We are a nation of immigrants. Nothing wrong with saying that. Nothing wrong with acknowledging that. And there certainly is nothing wrong with expecting immigrants to follow the law. And if they don't, sorry, you got to go. And try again. Come back the right way. Speaking of the right way to do things, last year I met a guy named Dean Owen. I was looking for a CPA because I had had friends anecdotally say, Mike, you're doing things a little bit funny with your taxes and with your structure and with your life. And I learned about Dean Owen, and he's now my CPA. So this is a great relationship that I've established with Dean Owen and his team. And he became an advertiser, a sponsor of this show. And I thought it would be kind of interesting to invite Dean on to talk a little bit about his level of expertise, what he can provide, what he does provide on a regular basis. And we're kind of making it like a Tax Day Tuesday, because there's one big question I have for my CPA, who again can be yours. Let's welcome back to the show, Dean Owen, CPA, and proud sponsor of the Mike Gallagher Show. I got the hat on today. I'm loving it. You got a Kentucky vibe going on, Dean.
Yeah, that's us. That's who we are.
I love it. I love it. Well, and I appreciate who you are. And one of the things that I wanted to ask you today is, after this big, beautiful bill got passed last week, and we were all watching that, and they were counting the votes, and it was down to the wire, and it was nerve-wracking. But President Trump promised America that if we don't get this thing passed, if the Trump tax cuts aren't made permanent, we're going to see the biggest tax increase probably in American history. This is your lane. This is your wheelhouse. Talk about the big, beautiful bill and how it impacts people with incomes of all levels, middle class, upper income, maybe people that are struggling, people who are, just fighting to get by. What does the big, beautiful bill do in the tax world for Americans?
Well, in the tax world, the big, beautiful bill does a lot, and it's a really good bill. It gets a lot of negativity, and of course, anything Trump does is successful and positive, the left is going to bash all over the place and lie like crazy about. But it's a really good bill for the middle class, for the upper middle class, for the lower middle class. It's a good bill for everyone. If you're making under $50,000, it looks like a 7 to 16% tax cut. If you're at 30 to or 50 to say 100,000, it's about an $800 tax reduction. For the upper middle class, we've got SALT tax relief, and there's additional child tax credit. If you're retired over age 65, there's an extra $4,000 per person standard deduction. So take your tax bracket, say you're in 22% tax bracket, married couple in retirement, that's $8,000 times 22%. That starts to add up to some real money. And, sure, it's a couple grand. And, how anybody says this is a bad bill is crazy. There's a lot of talk about people are going to lose their Medicaid. Well, you got to assume people are lazy, stupid, and ignorant if they're going to lose their Medicaid. It's kind of like the Democrats saying that, voter ID laws are racist because certain people are not smart enough to get a government ID. That's kind of like the same thing. You have to say that you're going to lose your Medicaid because you can't go on to a website and recertify twice a year that you've got a 20-hour-a-week or more job, volunteer work, school, and that's only if you don't have kids. So from that aspect, we're doing a lot of good things for the country. One of the things we're doing is we're bringing people into the workforce. So people that are not in the workforce now are going to be incentivized. Those are the folks who are most likely to work for tips, work for overtime. Those are going to be tax-free, so they're incentivizing with a carrot for those people to come into the workforce. But there is a stick, and that's losing Medicaid. So you've got a carrot and a stick, but we have a labor shortage in America, and we need those people in the workforce. So we're doing a lot of really good things on the individual level. On the business level, that's a whole different set of conversations, but it's really good stuff. Small business owners are going to get a 23% qualified business income deduction. That gives them a max tax rate of like 29.6%. That's amazing. It takes the capital gains rate and index it for inflation, something we've needed to be done decades ago. So there's just so much in this bill that is so positive. And The left has a very loud voice, and it's enough to shake people and make people think that maybe it's not a good bill, there's something wrong with it. The people that are going to lose the Medicaid are the ones that are here illegally, and they shouldn't be getting it for free anyways. Why in the world is it right or justifiable for anyone to say we should be giving Medicaid and SNAP benefits to illegals? And I'm all about immigration. Just do it right. I've got people on my team that come from Mexico, and we do it right, and I love them. They're precious, precious people, and serious professionals too. But why in the world would we want to reward illegal felony level convicts? Why would we do that? And we are. So this bill stopping at least some of that.
And I'm so glad you mentioned the way the left panders and is so condescending and patronizing to people who are struggling. You're so right to compare the Medicaid issue and, people are going to lose Medicare because they're too stupid to figure out a way to stay on it. It's the same. I've said this for years about voter ID laws. The only reason people claim to be against voter ID laws is because they claim that black people or seniors are too dumb to figure out how to go down and get a $5 or $10 state ID to show that you are who you say you are. This is the kind of common sense wisdom that your office brings, and I say this a lot. It's a pretty simple message. I'm honored that the services that you're providing to me on a personal and professional level are available to our whole audience. And I love the fact that somebody could work with you, a great CPA, one of the highest rated and regarded CPAs in America, and a financial planner. Everybody can get access to you. You can call Dean Owen today, 270-554-0720. And I think I kind of like this Tuesday tax day with Dean. I like this. It's got a good ring to it. So reach out to Dean Owen, CPA, 270-554-0720, or you can go to owencpa.com, owencpa.com, because, Dean, it's a simple message. My CPA can be yours too.
One thing I forgot to mention, ABLE accounts for parents that have disabled children, radically improved. Great stuff. And if you don't know, if you're a parent, you have a special needs child and you don't know about ABLE accounts, call us and let us help. There's some amazing things you can do.
You got a Dean Owen, a guy with a big brain and a big heart. Call Dean Owen, CPA. He and his team are standing by to take great care of you. 270-554-0720, or visit owencpa.com, owencpa.com. Thanks, Dean. Keep fighting the good fight. We're again, M. Dean Owen, CPA, one of the highest rated CPAs in America, and he can work with you anywhere in the country. He's in Paducah, Kentucky, and he can take care of you wherever you may live. So, again, my CPA can be yours too, and you're going to love working with Dean Owen, CPA.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.